he was wrong. I said, just give me the regular accounting. Like you taking a whole month and getting mad at me and resenting me because you've been overpaying me but didn't tell anyone, and you now have the accountants working on this instead of something else, and they're offended and this and that.
Well, let me be clear. I don't think we were overpaid.
I'm still on the side of
you don't sit on
I don't
that,
know anything.
You don't know.
That's been my issue the whole time.
I'm just going with the optic. You don't sit on the set and talk about me and talk about you the way he did, and then underneath all of that, you're overpaying somebody. It don't add up.
Let's say I'm overpaid.
It don't add up.
Let's say I'm overpaid.
That energy don't even match. You don't overpay people that you feel like that about and that you end up talking about like that publicly. You don't do that.
Let's dead the narrative right now of this was about money, that we said it was not about money. And then Joe came on to that podcast and said, this is about money. Rory's asking about money. Let's dead that now. Spotify deal is about to end. Even before we even went into negotiations, Joe had said to me on some friend shit, we was at lunch, he said, I already don't think this is going to be a good situation for us. I said, bet. I've been saving my money. Fuck Spotify. If they come back with a crazy amount of number, but it don't make sense for us, fuck it. I don't care. I've been saving my money. I don't splurge like that. I'm chilling. And at this point, I think it was 6 or 7 months before our deal even ended. So I was like, let's just get back. Nobody go crazy with their bread. And if we got to go independent, we got to go independent. That's great. Whatever. That's probably a cool scenario. You don't have to worry about me at all. Don't ever make a decision. And I said this to him 1,000 times during that Spotify deal. That's why this also offends me off his shit. I said, don't ever think you have to worry about me with money. Don't ever make a decision about me that has to do with making sure I'm paid.
Right.
I love you for that, but don't ever do it. Cash App deal comes around. Pardon, his Cash App deal for his pull-ups, according to him. We leave Spotify. He starts bringing in Cash App to our podcast. Amazing. Love that. Cool. I get an email from the accounting company, CC'd with Ian on what a payment is going to be per month. This is the Cash App deal.
Yep.
Naturally, as I always do, and as I told Joe since the day we started doing business together, I don't care if it's $10 or $10 billion. I'm going to ask, so what is it? Cash App deal was great. It was around the exact same money, if not a couple $100 more than what we were doing with Spotify per month. Amazing. Love you for getting that, my dude. Just ask, so what is this?
Right.
Simple question. Left it alone. Didn't even really get an answer. Didn't particularly care.
Right.
Everything's cool. We in a pandemic. We don't have a deal. You out there getting us money. My God. Fuck with you. Don't care. Whatever. This is about the show. Love you.
Respect.
Patreon deal comes around. I don't know a single fucking thing about it. I find out on the air with the rest of y'all. I saw all y'all jokes.
We don't know a thing about it.
They were correct.
Right. Yeah, no.
Let's be transparent. Got on there. All right, you're the head of creator equity. Cool. But prior to that, we were talking about starting a Patreon page with our shit.
Right.
Which, by the way, is not, you don't have to have a deal with Patreon to start a Patreon page. Right. So when we have conversations prior to this, I'm not thinking, okay, this is a Joe deal. And I also asked, I even asked his manager, is this a Joe Budden Network deal? Like, is this going to have See the
all
Thing
the other
Is?
Shows, right.
Karen, like, just because, and not even on some crazy shit, just on, well, let me just try to figure out what this is so I can know how to move with it. I'm not here to disrupt things. I'm just asking what the fuck is going on.
Right.
He gets on there. We congratulate him for his position. Still love you, Joe, for getting that position. That's amazing. Patreon's great. I get a call from Ian. Hey, the accountant's going to reach out to you. This is going to be the monthly fee for Patreon.
Yep.
Was the number crazy per month? Absolutely.
Good, great money.
It's a lot of fucking money.
Great money.
Lot of fucking money. When I see a lot of money, do I automatically think, oh, there must be more? No. I just ask, so what is this based off of? Because from my understanding, at this point, this was a Joe Budden podcast thing.
What his manager said.
Him and his manager, Ian, shout Ian. Again, I'm not here to assassinate anyone's character. I say to Ian, yo, I've been stacking my bread. I'm fine. People look overworked and we're doing a lot of shit right now. Like, I can just tell the morale is, I can just see it, that people are just overworked.
No. Patreon it wasn't seeing it. They expressed it to us.
It's not my place to say, even though they said
it's my place to say.
No, even though they said their place about me, I still don't return the favor when people do shit to me.
I'm saying it. People expressed that they were overworked and underpaid.
So I say to Ian and Joe, I don't care what narratives you spin, anything, whatever. I said to Ian, don't pay me this month or next. Don't give me that amount of money.
I remember.
And that was a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
I said, don't pay me. Let's put it into production. Let's put it into the guys. This is not about money to me. Let's keep this shit moving.
Right.
Like, I don't need this shit.
Right.
We could just stick to whatever contract. I don't need this. Like, I don't need it right now.
Because you even came to me with that. You was like, yo, we should, the first month Patreon check, we should both just give it to the guys.
Yeah.
Camera guys, Savon,
like,
Alex,
fam, these people,
Parks.
Everyone looks like they're working crazy.
Parks.
Like, they're working crazy. Like, let's just give them that. Me and Ian have a great fucking conversation. I get a call early in the morning.
You're ungrateful.
Back to when you said you were talking to Joe. At this point, this was the first time in my life I said, who the fuck am I talking to? I wake up to someone screaming into the phone of how ungrateful I am.
Yeah.
How I don't give a fuck about anybody.
Yeah.
Any of this. And I'm like, what are you? Joe, I said, don't pay me.
Right.
And he's like, yo, you know, Patreon got has nothing the fuck to do with you. Fuck you. Fuck all this. This ain't just shit. Why the fuck you even talking about shit? I'm like, your manager called me in a payout for Patreon. I said, just give it to everyone else.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Thought you were being a stand-up honorable guy.
I just think that's just some shit to do for the bigger picture for everybody. I don't care about money.
Right.
So he screams, and I'm like, yo, I don't even know who I'm talking to. When I met Joe, he probably had one of the bigger egos I'd ever met in my life. At this point, I'm like, yo, who? I don't even know who I'm talking to anymore.
I don't know who I'm talking to anymore. Like, who is this guy?
So that happens.
With an Amiri hat on.
I don't know if it's a fact that he had an Amiri hat on during that phone conversation.
He definitely had it on.
If you got that hat on at 7 a.m.
For sure. Definitely had it.
You a sick dude. So he does that, and I think it's the weirdest fucking thing on earth. But I'm still cool. Still don't think anything of it. They send the Patreon money to me, and back to psychoanalyzing your friends, back to me starting to think about old shit of like, all right, this shit is kind of weird. So yeah, when I hear Joe say at the end of that episode, let's do it for free now. It's on friendship. Ain't no business at all. Let's just do this shit for free. I've been on that time.
Right.
This is not about money. Because even before the Cash App shit, which then he threw back in my face when I said, yo, don't worry about me. And they did the Cash App thing. And I said, what is this?
It's like we weren't supposed to ask anything. We were supposed to just go with whatever they were putting in front of us. And it's like, but it don't work like that.
Yo, the conclusion of this entire thing was me going, yo, so what is that? And then met with crazy anger. That's what this entire, like, we could chop this entire thing down to that.
Mm-hmm. Again, when you start questioning where money is coming from and where it's going. Accounting. That's all this shit is about. We asked to see the accounting because we have a profit agreement. We have a percentage-based agreement with each other.
And never did it maliciously. Never did it with accusations. Never insinuated anything. Our lawyers never got crazy. Joe and I even went back when we were talking at his crib about my lawyer being spicy on shit. And I read the email back to him.
Very polite.
And my accountant.
Very professional.
My accountant said, it's lovely to meet everyone. Let me know when you guys are ready to work.
But again, they only say that because they don't even want to be questioned about the accounting. They don't want to be questioned about anything. So when somebody even raises a question, it's a problem. You got to know that people can tell what that is. If every time I ask a question, you get upset, we know what that is, fam.
And for so many years, didn't think about it, didn't cross my mind. That's my guy, not thinking anything like that. But then once we put that list together, we even came back and had that episode, which still didn't really sit right with me with everything Joe was saying, because it was a complete polar opposite of everything he said when you and I had that amazing conversation for 6 hours at his crib. Like, it was just all that adding up. And then the conversations between my lawyer and his on, hey, this is our stance. And I was like, all right, cool. Now I'm gonna make my decision. And mind you, during that entire break that we had with the pod, not you and I, but the entire pod, I didn't hear from Joe. I didn't hear from Ian. My lawyer replied to them off what they said from the accounting, and I heard nothing. Monday, I get a call from Ian. Yo, this is just the stance. This is just what it is. So, okay, I'll make a decision with my lawyer. This is Monday. We record Tuesdays. Hit Ian, yo, I'm gonna make a decision with my lawyer. And then have the, yo, you didn't show up again. Like, I told you, I'm gonna go make a decision with my lawyer off everything that we agreed upon to move this shit forward.
We had a conversation And he said, oh yeah, I'm going to be transparent. You know, everything is going to be, you know, sent over.
Agreed that he had handled it incorrectly before. The accounting shit should have been easy for everybody.
All of that. We covered all of that.
I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth.
In a 5-hour conversation. And then we end up in the same place where we were before. An Excel spreadsheet that's supposed to be accounting that anybody can just go in and punch numbers in. And no, we're not at liberty or whatever they said. We're not showing the Spotify deal.
Okay.
What happened to transparent? What the fuck happened to transparency and all this other shit that we just spent 5 hours in the house talking about?
Gotta lean into narratives, man. That's what happened that entire episode.
Listen, man.
Lean into the tension him and I had. We could even talk about that weirdo at conversation that he talked about with everyone, with Corey and everyone in the room, saying, oh, Rory was upset that I would work with academics. Y'all were talking about it. I was sitting on the couch and I heard it. And yes, I chimed in. I said, oh, you would? And you said, yeah. I said, okay. I think that's weird. I just think that's weird.
Right.
And I won't get into our further conversation upon why I thought that was weird.
Oh, it's weird.
But that was it. And again, I psychoanalyzed my friends too. Just said, all right, cool. That did not start our tension. Did that episode suck? Yes, it did. But we were fine after that for a bunch of episodes. Joe and I's tension initially really came from him throwing personal shots, not the way we make jokes about our personal lives. Not that. Personal shit that only him and I knew, that he would take shots publicly on that podcast. To the point, it's like, this ain't for the audience. Only you and I know. Why are you making all these little shots?
Right.
That's what started pissing me off. And let's dead this fucking narrative of me inviting Joe to my hands. Can we please please dead this fucking narrative? Man, this is the stupidest narrative ever. That was
stupid.
Joe has been saying that to me forever.
Yeah, like niggas joke like that. Nobody's really gonna fight. Joe didn't think that Rory really wanted to fight him and that he was gonna hit him. And it's like, cut it out, man. Stop with that bullshit.
And Joe has been doing that to me forever.
Yeah, like, stop,
I didn't start
man.
that narrative.
Stop with that dumb. That shit is just stupid, man. And like I said, I'm mad that we even got to sit here and do this because I don't even like addressing dumb shit and stupid shit. But I understand we owe it to the supporters and the listeners and the followers to just tell the truth. I'm not going to say outside. This is the truth. This is what it is. This is what the issue is and was. Is the fact that we kept asking for accounting. We're supposed to get accounting because I see people saying, oh, why are y'all asking for the books if y'all employees can't? No. We have
profit partners.
Profit partners
are allowed for any accounting. And body of an email accounting. And an Excel spreadsheet is not fucking accounting.
That's not accounting. And you know anything about accounting, you would never send somebody an Excel spreadsheet and say, this is accounting. It's disrespectful.
And we was cool through it. It just got to a point with so much shit adding up.
We kept it pushing and kept recording after receiving that bullshit accounting. We kept recording and kept it pushing. And then it just got to a point where it was like, all right, enough is enough, man. Like, it's just too much shit going on. We trying to get shit right. We've been trying to get shit right on the business side. Sooner or later, we got to just put a halt. Like, hold on. Let's correct this. What the fuck is going on? Let's get this straight. And then that was met with disrespect. That was met with some words. And, you know, it just got to a point where it was just like the chemistry was affected. The relationship between us was affected. And that's what made the magic. That's what made the show work, was the chemistry between us, the energy between us. And like I said, once you tell me that this is none of my business, I can't sit here and bust it up and crack jokes and try to act like I fuck with you. Like, I'm not fake. I can't do that. I can't perform like that. I'm not a fake guy. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like you didn't just tell me that a show that I helped build with you and push with you and grow with you is none of my business. Like, we're not doing that. You can never talk to me and disrespect me like that and think that I'm gonna sit on the couch and be like, yeah, you know, Saweetie was looking good. We're not doing that.
I mean, she looks good though.
She looks great. But I don't want to sit here and talk to you about it no more.
That's a fact.
And that's all it was for me. It was like, yo, I'm done. I told you I was done. And like I said, speaking to you, speaking to Royce, speaking to my brother, and, you know, Biggs was real instrumental in that too. Like, he talked to me a lot, and we talked about a lot of Rockefeller shit he dealt with. And, you know, he brought light to a lot of shit, but he understood that, you know, if your heart ain't there no more, it's nothing you can do. Like, once your heart is gone and your energy is gone, then you just got to move on. And that's what it was for me. And like I said, after having that conversation at his crib and us three talking for 5 hours, I said, you know what? I'm willing to give this another shot.
It felt like a good combo.
It felt like a very productive
we were
conversation.
actually talking about coming back that very next day. If my uncle didn't pass, we would have.
Right. It felt like it was very productive. It felt like, you know, we had met each other at a point and all agreed. And when we got on that air that Tuesday and he started saying things, I don't owe my friends respect. It's like, wait, what? I don't even want to be sitting here with this energy because I think it's just counterproductive. So let me remove myself and, you know, let things go the way they want to go. And like I said, him, you know, I read everything, man. Like I know what Joe was doing, bringing the homies on to. I know what that is, fam. Like I'm not stupid. I know what that energy is. Like I know what that is. And you know, I laughed at it because I know the relationship that he has with them two. And I know things ain't all peachy between them. I know personal shit, and I'm not gonna get into that. I know personal history that happened between them. So I know it's just like you really gonna sit here and just try to create this optic that, oh, I could do this with anybody. You willing to pull on people that you know you got issues with that you don't really bang with like that to just try to prove a point to me and Rory? And then gonna try to spin it like we abandoned our audience? First of all, you said we gonna all go to our corners and get right. So if we all go on our corners,
tag on it.
Yeah, you put the mum tag on it, but I thought we was all going our corners. You sitting on here recording the show with other people. So it's like, all right, fam, you ain't gotta.
I'm here with a bunch of dudes that actually want to be here.
Yeah, it's like stop, man. You trying to create these narratives and you trying to spin shit, and this is like, I'm not. It's just weird at this point. It's like, all right, man, let me just detach myself from this. It was a great run. You know, I love the times we had. It was definitely more goods than bads.
And
I'll give you that.
Giving the crew that whole narrative to them of, yo, how would y'all, isn't that offensive to y'all that these two would abandon this shit?
Like, stop,
abandon this shit. No,
stop.
this is an agreement upon the three of us.
We agreed that, okay, we're going to take, and like I said, you put the tag on it that accounting was going to take a month.
And I was the one that said we could talk about it. And after we had that 5-hour conversation a month later, the three of us said, shit, we should have had this week 1.
We could have had it week 1.
So I'm the measly one that was trying to do it from rip and just get this shit over with and move on.
No. We didn't have it week 1 because, like I said,
well, he didn't hit me. He just texted me and then that was it.
He was busy trying to create.
He told me.
He was busy trying to create the narrative that I could sit here and do this with anybody. It's just trying to devalue. It's trying to devalue. It's trying to say something. It's trying to spin. Like, I know what that shit is, fam. I'm not stupid. I could play stupid, but I'm not stupid. I know what you're doing. You're going to sit here and try to play, oh, yeah, I could do this with anybody.
No, I know that.
Cool. I know that that's what you always wanted. You wanted to move me and Rory out. You was going to try to wait till our contract was over because you know I wasn't going for no salary contract. Rory's already told you he wasn't. But then now you could bring in 2 other people that's gonna have to roll with the salary contract because they didn't build this show. So yeah. I know how you trying to spin it. It's fine, bro. I don't care about that. But please don't try.
Also said that he could get both them for the price of half of one of us.
Of course he can.
No, he said that to me though.
Of course he can. That's what he wants. Yeah. He doesn't want to have to pay the money that he would have to pay.
Yeah,
so it's like, it's cool
for the price of one of us cut in half.
But it's like but what you're not gonna do, you're not gonna sit there and defamate my character, bro. Don't do that. We are not doing that. It's not happening. My reputation is A1. You're not gonna find anybody out here that's gonna say no grimy shit about me or some crazy shit about me. And if they do, they're lying. So don't do that. You can have your platform. And again, I'm not salty. Go on and do big numbers. Be great. Be whoever it is that you want to be.
I think everyone will be fine.
But please do not defamate my character and try to paint me as somebody that I'm not, because that's when things are going to go really, really wrong. And I'm not trying to do that. I'm not going to defamate your character. Don't defamate my character. We tried something. We tried to work some business out. It didn't happen. Rory and I know why it didn't happen. So let's just leave it at that, fam, and stop lying to the people, man. Like, give the people we gave the people the truth. But then you should give the people the truth as well. Don't sit there and spin no narratives and just lie and create shit. No, fam, this comes down to we have a profit agreement, a percentage-based contract with each other, and every time we asked for accounting, there was a problem. You never wanted to give nobody accounting. You don't want to show us the real numbers from the deals and all of this other shit. And it's like, all right, fam, what are we doing? Because, again, we have this contract, and if you're not going to honor this contract, like you said in front of other